Huge controversy over the removal of the ex-boss of the Civil Aviation Department, the Director General of Civil Aviation, former Director General Bharat Bhushan. Now, the controversy is this. It is being alleged that there are now important corporate interests and lobbies which have got rid of a man who is seen to be Mr. Clean. That Bharat Bhushan was trying to correct a lot of wrong. He would have impinged on a lot of interests, and therefore this was an attempt to get rid of him. What has given all this speculation more momentum, if I may say so, is the fact that he was asked to leave his office in 10 minutes flat. If you want to get rid of a top bureaucrat, there is a method of doing it. There was an urgency, some say almost a sense of desperation and nervousness in the manner in which Bharat Bhushan was sacked. On News Hour tonight from London, I'm joined by Ashwini Kakkar, who is CEO of Mercury Travels, also being joined by Suhel Seth, Managing Partner Counselage. He served on the board of British Airways in India. With me in the studio here, Jitendra Bhargava, former Executive Director of Air India, and Ajay Prakash, President of the Travel Agents Federation of India, and Capt Gopinath of Deccan Aviation. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Where do we start? Let's begin the debate. Jitendra Bhargava, what is fishy about the manner? And don't hold yourself back. What is fishy about the manner in which Bharat Bhushan has been removed?
You see, there are three things to it. Number one, we all know what Mr. Bharat Bhushan has stood for. The pilot scam. He's been a stickler for rules, and he was, for a very short period, also chairman of Air India. So I've had the fortune of interacting with him. What he's been doing is to have cleaning up. He goes by the rule book. He does not allow himself to be manipulated. He does not give concessions if there is political pressure. An unfortunate part is he's become a victim of such a thing. Now let's look at it.
You are saying that a person who had a zero tolerance for corruption, who's a clean-up man, is being removed and victimized because of his attitude.
Absolutely. Now let's look at it. What happened?
Provide proof tonight.
No, let's look at it.
Provide proof tonight, otherwise it's only your point of view.
No, it's not my point of view. What I'm saying is,
provide proof tonight.
I'm giving it to you. Arnab, hang on. 9th of July, there is a letter that is ready for being sent.
Yes.
It's already been put in public domain.
Yes.
Now, what was the urgency for him to be removed on that?
He was already on an
day?
extension. He was already on an extension. Wasn't he on extension?
Don't forget that the appointment committee of the cabinet had given approval till end of December 2012. Now, what was the urgency? Let's look at it. Mr. Ajit Singh and the ministry has gone on record that the procedural lapses were there in his extension being granted by the appointment committee of the cabinet. Agreed. If there were lapses, let's take it. But what happened? Now, what could have happened was that they did not want this letter to go out. Otherwise, there was no sense of urgency. Arun Mishra,
why aren't you hitting the nail on the head? I thought you're... No. Are you saying, 1 minute, but let's go to the other panel. Before that, I want to ask you, are you saying that the private airlines lobby pushed this honest officer out? Please say it if you're saying so.
There was something to it.
What's something to it?
And that is what needs to be brought out through an investigation. Look,
you're saying call for an investigation.
No, I'm being very clear. If the government says that there were procedural lapses in his appointment, there was no rationale for him to be booted out in 10 minutes' time.
Right.
They could have waited for Arun Mishra to come and then said, sorry, you got to vacate this chair for him. Now, hold it. Now, the other thing
Ajay Prakash backs you.
Arnab, just one more point. If they say that Kingfisher issue was not a factor for it, let the new incumbent, Mr. Suhel, issue that order out and say, look, we are going by what the rules are. Safety is at risk because you haven't paid pilots for 5-6 months, and therefore DGCA is doing its duty.
For our viewers tonight, I want to put things in perspective as I seek a rebut from London. On the 9th of July, Mr. Bhushan has made a mysterious file noting. I don't have the paper, but that file noting says that Kingfisher has failed to pay salaries to employees, to restart routes to the northeastern part of India, and therefore Kingfisher was to be given, I don't know if they have been given, was to be given 15 days notice, after which their license will be terminated. Links are being drawn, Suhel Seth. You think it's right to draw those links? And here was a man who was giving Kingfisher 15 days notice to get its act together or face termination of their license, and within 48 hours of that, in 5 minutes, he's asked to get out of his room. Is that link being drawn? Link is being drawn by Jitendra Bhargava. Suhel, your reply.
No, I don't think Jitendra Bhargava is quite the Sherlock Holmes of India yet. So let's not go to conclusions that we can't justify or validate. I think there are 3 issues, or 4 if I can say. Number 1, if an honest officer has been sacked, it speaks yet again very poorly of this government. when whales fight, shrimps are eaten. The fight is elsewhere. Bharat Bhushan was the shrimp who got eaten. Number one. Number two, I think the media should then not focus on whether it's Kingfisher or Jet or any of the other private carriers that have lobbied, but focus on the larger malaise. What's happened to the 49% FDI?
No.
What's happened to the tax rebate on aviation fuel?
No.
What's happened to rationalization of taxes across the states? Every airline in India, Arnab, is in trouble. You may have beacons in the form of a Kingfisher, but every airline, because we've been sloppy.
Suhel Seth, you are avoiding the issue.
Let's come to the third issue.
Suhel Seth, you are avoiding the issue. Suhel Seth, you are avoiding the issue. Mr. Seth, you are avoiding the issue because on Tuesday he tells a website. 1 minute. Suhel, 1 minute. Suhel, 1 minute. On Tuesday he tells a website, I'm going to take a tough call on a certain airline. Right?
Hear me out.
Within hours he's sacked.
The same Vijay Mallya of Kingfisher, hear me out. If Vijay Mallya has that kind of clout, then why was he summoned when Bharat Bhushan was the DGCA 4 or 5 times to the DGCA? Why couldn't he have had him transferred then?
Suhel, a response coming from Ajay Prakash to what you say. Ajay is responding to what you say.
Conspiracy theories.
What we need to understand is, yes, Dr. Mallya was summoned. Yes, there was a threat of an action that was to be taken. Now, maybe that is the primary reason. Maybe it's not. I mean, you and I are not party to the entire story. But the fact that a very senior bureaucrat with a reputation for being Mr. Clean has been terminated in 10 minutes.
In an unceremonious manner.
I mean, this is totally...
But that's exactly my point.
For Christ's sake,
but my point is exactly that. What is the goddamn cabinet secretary doing?
No, are we a banana republic? That a person who has risen to this position,
we've been a week ago,
has been given an extension, is sacked in 10 minutes. It doesn't happen in the private sector, for God's sake. How can this happen in government? There has to be something.
It's not even that.
So who is it that... If you look at the larger situation, have been trod on so heavily.
Before I come to Captain Gopinath, Ashwini Kakkar, yes.
Yeah. See, if you look at the larger issue, actually the ministry has no right to terminate an officer in the first place. That officer has to be terminated by the cabinet committee, and equally this is a fight between the government and the ministry. The Prime Minister has signed his extension order, if you look at it from that point of view, and this is the minister calls him in and asks him to resign within 10 minutes and leave the office.
Ashwini,
you should haul Ajit Singh over the coals.
No, why Ajit Singh?
If you have the courage, you should haul Ajit Singh over the coals tonight.
I invite Ajit Singh. I invite Ajit Singh to speak on the subject.
Why is he getting rid of an officer?
Suhel is right. It is the minister who must face the flag for it, not Kingfisher, I would say. The issue as Kingfisher could be, but the fact is, it's ministers, the way he is functioned is not...
1 second. Again, you are trying to play both sides.
No, I'm not playing both sides. Let's put it this way.
Good human beings.
No, you are trying to play both sides because 1 second. Jitendra Bhargava and Ashwini Kakkar, in this very studio, on this very program, gentlemen, 1 minute, you have spoken about how passengers are horrified at safety standards. Today, let me ask you, who was the man under whom an elaborate audit report revealed safety violations by all airlines, Indigo, SpiceJet, GoAir, Blue Dart, Alliances, Jet Airways, Jetlight, Air India Express and Kingfisher?
Bharat Bhushan.
It was Bharat Bhushan.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
Look at the pilot scam.
Therefore, my question to Captain Gopinath is, that would not have endeared him to many people. And they will be very happy today at the manner in which he's been removed.
Arnab, can I come in?
Yes, please, Captain Gopinath.
Arnab, yeah, I think a lot of people are speculating, but I think the first thing is Bhushan should never have been a DGCA in the first place. It's unfortunate technical directorate has got a bureaucrat heading that. So it's also a sorry state of affairs that in the last 50 years, we have not developed a policy framework.
Why don't you look at what he's done?
Why don't you look at what he's done? One second. No, don't interrupt me, Arnab. We have to, it's like appointing a bureaucrat for the Atomic Energy Commission or for the ISRO. You have to have a policy framework which is lacking for the entire aviation sector to groom people from the DGCA, from the Directorate General of Civil Aviation.
But this man has done more than many other so-called experts.